It's 1989 in Los Angeles at the premiere of a groundbreaking indie film called Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Did you make one of these damn videotapes?
The dark dramedy marks the arrival of Hollywood executive Harvey Weinstein, who, with his brother, heads an upstart studio called Miramax.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape made Miramax the player, and Harvey was the man at Miramax.
Oscar season 1 year later. Sex, Lies, and Videotape is up for Best Original Screenplay.
For Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
At a party before the big night, 20-year-old Paula Williams says she meets the rising mogul. She's a model looking to break into the business.
I was very excited to meet him. He said he was having a dinner party with a lot of people that I should probably meet.
Paula says a week later, Weinstein sends her a car to bring her to that supposed dinner party at his home in the Hollywood Hills.
I walk in, and it's just Harvey, and he immediately starts massaging my neck. I heard him open a bottle of champagne, and I don't even think I had a sip, and he exposed himself.
Paula says she escapes before anything happens. She ends up quitting the business, but the Harvey Weinstein story is still in its opening act. The next 25 years will see him generate a remarkable string of hits. More than $8 billion at the U.S. box office. Nearly 350 Oscar nominations for his company's films. 80 wins. And now, a new metric. At least 35 women accusing Weinstein of sexual misconduct. If Weinstein ends up in handcuffs, it will be in large part due to the work of Ronan Farrow. His expose in this week's New Yorker includes statements from a stunning 13 different women. The accusers include 2 actresses who appeared in Miramax films in the mid-90s.
All right, count to 3. All right, ready? 1.
Rosanna Arquette, seen here in Pulp Fiction, and Mira Sorvino, who won an Oscar for her role in Mighty Aphrodite.
Hi, are you my 3 o'clock?
In Mira's story to you, she had an encounter with Harvey Weinstein. What happened?
Mira Sorvino told me that Harvey Weinstein began to try to massage her shoulders, that she was very uncomfortable. He began to try to get more physical in other ways.
A few weeks later, when she's back home in New York, she says Weinstein calls her after midnight.
And then showing up at her doorstep. And she talked about not being able to breathe. She was so terrified of his physical presence, of his power to affect her career.
It's now January of 1997. Hollywood descends on Park City, Utah for the annual Sundance Film Festival. Naturally, Weinstein is there, in his element. And so is actress Rose McGowan, who previously starred in Weinstein's blockbuster Scream.
Randy, what the hell are you doing?
McGowan claims she found herself alone with Weinstein in a hotel room.
According to the New York Times, Harvey Weinstein paid Rose McGowan a $100,000 settlement because of something that happened in Harvey Weinstein's hotel room. The settlement says that it is not to be construed as an admission that something untoward happened.
That would be one of 8 reported settlements Weinstein would pay out over the years. But Harvey Weinstein's ambitions and appetites seem limitless. As his power grows, so too do his alleged aggressions, to include, according to The New Yorker, allegations of rape.
There are assaults in there, and over again, there's activity that is highly criminal.
By 2005, Harvey Weinstein had left Miramax and launched the Weinstein Company, but the old magic seems to be missing. There's a series of films it seems no one wants to see.
I left the coffee pot on again, didn't I?
But it's not all bad. In 2007, Weinstein marries Georgina Chapman, a former model and actress who was launching a new fashion line. And he's found success on TV with the fashion reality show Project Runway.
None of you should feel safe.
That same year, back in Los Angeles, Jules Bindi, a massage therapist to the stars, says Weinstein arranged for a session in his suite at the Montage Hotel.
I was like, oh my God, your massage is so good. It's like an art form that you're doing. And he was like, you should write about this.
Bindi says Weinstein then starts texting her constantly about a book deal. But when Weinstein returned for a second massage, Bindi says he wanted something more.
He gets up and he just says, how big is my penis. And I was like, excuse me? Then he followed me into the bathroom. He shuts the door.
Then Bindi says he proceeds to pleasure himself.
I'm like, this is not appropriate. I do not feel comfortable with this. No, do not do this in front of me. This is not okay. He grabbed me and started groping on my chest, and I pushed him away. I was stunned.
Meanwhile, Weinstein's career is entering a new, enchanted phase.
Because I have a right to be, and I have a voice!
The King's Speech garners 12 Oscar nominations, winning 4, including Best Picture and Best Actor.
The King's Speech.
In 2012, the documentary Bully gives Weinstein a chance to strut his social conscience.
I've always hated injustice. That, I don't, you know what I mean? I might be tough, but I hate injustice.
In 2015, Weinstein will find himself in the crosshairs of the NYPD's Special Victims Unit.
Please come in on everything. I'm a famous guy.
I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
Please come in now.
22-year-old Ambra Gutierrez, a model from Italy, says she was groped by Weinstein. She agrees to meet Weinstein again, and with the help of the NYPD, this time makes a recording to try and prove it. It was obtained by the New Yorker.
Why yesterday you touched my breast?
Oh, please, I'm sorry. Just come on. I'm used to that. Come on.
Are you used to that?
Yes, come in.
This is a man admitting to a sexual assault and also describing it as a pattern of behavior.
Weinstein was brought into the NYPD for questioning, but when the news became public, Gutierrez became tabloid fodder. Soon, she stops cooperating with the authorities and leaves the country. But in the end, the district attorney drops the case against Weinstein, saying his prosecutors just didn't have enough evidence to convict.
Our sex crimes prosecutors made a determination that this was not going to be a provable case.
Since both the New York Times and the New Yorker published their stories, Weinstein, through a spokesperson, issues a statement. Any allegations of non-consensual sex are unequivocally denied by Mr. Weinstein. Since the initial reports, his wife, Georgina Chapman, announced she is leaving him. Even his own brother and partner, Bob Weinstein, calling him a very sick man.
This was not someone we placed great love and affection for who fell. He was feared, he was admired, and in some ways, it's the kind of thing that only happens in the movies.
Now the question is whether Harvey Weinstein will be just another tawdry milestone for Hollywood or a possible breaking point.
This is a movement. I don't want the next generation to do this, and I don't want this to be swept under the carpet. And we're better than that.
For Nightline, I'm Elizabeth Vargas in New York.